Hey, what's up, everybody? Doc Severson and Mav with you here. Ready, set, crypto. Today's Thursday, May 16th. How's everybody doing out there? Good to see you guys. Lot of stuff going on in the crypto world today. Mav, where are you, sir?
I am in New York City today, so it is. I apologize if it's a little bit loud, or there's. Yeah, there you go. Some Wi-Fi drops or anything like that. It's just impossible to find a quiet spot in the city, but it's okay. It's fun. I love it here.
Well, that's cool. So what's going on out there? You are there because of
Consensus. Oh,
consensus.
that was
So
very good.
so
Ooh.
tell us what consensus is and what happened out there this week.
Well, I think it's probably the easier way to talk about it is what it's not. What consensus is not is it's not like this big crypto convention where you've got lots of really intelligent speakers talking about the advancements in blockchain technology and this hot new project or application or something like that. No, what consensus is really for is showing crypto off to the rest of the world. We do a lot of internal, endogenous sort of like, talking about the future of blockchain technology, and we're often talking to ourselves. It's kind of an echo chamber. But what consensus is really about is showing, particularly the finance sector, what is the future of this technology? What can we be using it for? Where is it heading, basically, and how we can use it in today's businesses and different use cases and things of that sort. So yeah, I think today, just the what I saw this week was very impressive. Very lots of really engaged people throughout the industry and from outside of the industry. Just having really good conversations. I think it was a really good representation, and it just shows how far we've come in just a year. So I think it was a really representative, and I think the market is kind of unsure because last year we saw a dump even during consensus, but right now we're watching it kind of. Well, I don't know. I think things are different. So yeah, it was cool to be a part of for sure.
Yeah, it's been a wee bit of a turnaround lately. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of charting here. Let's go ahead and share a screen. And sorry, man, I'm going to shrink you if it's all right.
That's okay. I'm
So,
probably coming through it like 2040p anyways.
yeah, you're like just a couple of very large pixels sitting
Yeah.
out there. So, what here's Bitcoin. So, Bitcoin right now, today we have what the old timers would call an outside day if we were not using Japanese candlesticks. This is also a bearish engulfing pattern. Now, don't get too excited about a bearish engulfing pattern, I would say, for right now. Just to give you a little bit of context about what's going on, I'm going to pull up a fib retracement. And if we take this from the daily swing, kind of where this thing started off, well, actually, let's go all the way down to here. If we take this all the way down to where this thing kind of really got going, which is right around the end of March. If we pull this up to here, okay, this is not even a 23.6% retracement, which is like the minimum level of fib that is normally even registered on a pullback. So typically what we want to see is on a very normal pullback, and especially something that goes parabolic like this, you almost want to see something coming down here to 67.50 or so, maybe even as far as 6,000 for a decent pullback. Remember, markets are always kind of a reflection of the volatility that they have. So if you go throwing a ball off of a tall tower, if you just let it drop, it's going to bounce along here. But if you throw it down, it's going to bounce right back up again. So kind of the same thing happens here as you go straight up. The pullback will typically reflect that same volatility. So don't get all excited if we see a couple of big red candles or the hairy back of a parabolic run. That by itself is no big deal. All right, let's see. A couple of other things to keep in mind. I'm just going to remove that for right now. A couple of other coins have actually done really, really well. So we've had a little bit of rotation, right? So people are taking profits in Bitcoin and looking at other coins out there, such as Ethereum, and saying, oh, this actually has been ripe this is an ascending triangle pattern. It's been in for quite some time. And so typically the ascending triangle pattern, the target for this is about the open end of it. So we've more than met that so far. And we're getting into exhaustion. So this one by one, we're going to find these coins that's sort of getting ahead of each other. My God, the Ripple army has had salvation today, the last couple of days, right? So finally from this huge consolidation, we've had a little bit of a breakout from Ripple, which is good to see. There's a lot of people in Ripple. We have Bitcoin Cash doing very well from a flag breakout. We have Litecoin, which is, just a big pullback. This is more of a weekly swing pattern that we have here. This is more of just a higher low on the weekly chart, reaching into a higher high, trying to get above that $100 mark. So round number resistance is going to be difficult, but a lot of times once something gets above and beyond a round number like 100 or 200, it tends to run to the next big one. All right, let's see if anything else here is worth looking at. Let's go back to the daily chart. So here is EOS, and not doing too bad. And we've had some pretty good moves, like because of the fact that Bitcoin has come down just a little bit, where we have altcoins that are using Bitcoin as a reference currency for this. Obviously, they're enjoying that, and any kind of movement here is helping them quite a bit. But still, these are pretty serious downtrends. I wouldn't just jump on this. This is definitely a catch the falling knife trade. I would wait till they set up with a positive pattern with higher highs and higher lows. One more thing here before I will shut up is I want to go back to, let's go back in our Wayback Machine, back here to 2015. And something that I want to bring to your attention is kind of the same thing that we saw. And there's actually been a lot of things that have been remarkably similar in the 2013 to 2015 bear versus what we've just gone through. Notice that when we finally achieved escape velocity from the bear, it was a parabolic run like this that absolutely blasted off. Now, here's the thing I want to bring to your attention. Notice that it pulled back to 61.8% retracement of that entire swing to the upside. So all the pikers that got in up at the top here got absolutely blasted and, walked away with their tail between their knees like, I'm never going to trade crypto again. And then the market took off from there. And this is what has to happen. I mean, this is the type of capitulation that you will have on these types of moves. Okay, so am I expecting a crash from here in Bitcoin? No, but I'm certainly expecting at some point to see some type of corrective behavior, some type of consolidation, and it is going to literally scare the pants off of the typical investor. And CNBC will trumpet it from the, boy, what's with those guys? I just don't get it. But CNBC will trumpet it from the top of their tallest tower that Bitcoin is crashing, that kind of thing, right? And it's just a very normal market move. So if we look at this, if we look at the full swing of this, and if we look at a 61.8% retracement of that dude, so let's do that. How far does that come down? That comes all the way down to about where the breakout level of this is, about 5,600. Okay. That would make most people doubt their resolve. And that is what has to happen for markets to advance. For markets to go higher, you've got to take one step back to get two steps forward. All right. So, all right, that's enough charting. There we go. We'll eventually get this. There we go. Okay. We are side by side again. Yeah. Big Mav with little Doc. Okay. So that's kind of my read on the top 10 right now. That's my read on Bitcoin. This is all according to Hoyle, right? All according to the Marcus of Queensbury rules. Everything looks great right now.
Yeah, I think that was my big takeaway from consensus. And again, I'm sorry guys if I'm cutting in and out. Dog, just give me like a thumbs down or something like that if I need to stop talking. But yeah, it's just a lot of infrastructure plays right now and a lot of seeds that are coming to fruition. Just a lot of advancements in the industry that are very important. I mean, people talk about institutions coming in and making this space legitimate. I think they're a symptom of the other way around. I think this space is becoming legitimate and institutions are attracted to it. So, there's a lot to unpack from this past week, but it wasn't just about individual projects. It wasn't about individual platforms. It was about watching the space grow up, in a cohesive sense. So I don't know. It's very, very cool to see. I just saw this. Here, I'll post this in the chat. There's just an update to the smart contract app platform, sort of like list and all the different dApps that are being built on it. And that's come such a long way since even last year. So I think we're consolidating in a lot of meaningful ways right now and making a lot of very interesting plays. Two of the things that I heard over and over again at Consensus were tokenization and DeFi, things that I've been talking about for the last year, 6 months, respectively. And yeah, it's really cool to see that those are big, important things that will help us bridge between the crypto space and the legacy financial system. But yeah, I don't know. Does anybody have any specific questions? I want to make sure we cover some of the fiery chat we got.
Yeah, while we're waiting for the questions, I just want to bring up one point here. So we're going to make this a relatively short session today because Mav has places to go, and I don't have much of a voice left this week. So we are going to be, so both of us are flying over the pond. We're going to be in London early next week, and we're going to be at a place called Waxies
Oh
on
yeah, can't
Tuesday,
wait. Oh,
Tuesday the 21st
yes,
in London. Waxies,
Waxy O'Connor's.
which is it's I guess it's near Leicester Square.
It is, yeah.
Okay, and so it's
It's a
so
6-level Irish pub. It's very cool.
so all you got to do is just look for this head which is like above everybody else, and
The
there's
the
Mav.
the tall guy, the bald guy. You got it.
Yeah, if you can't find the tall guy, look for the light reflecting off the other guy, almost like a disco ball, right? And you guys will find us. And so, yeah, and we may even have a pint or two on us. So, all right, well, that's good. Actually, some of you might be there, so we'll look forward to that. We're it's the American invasion, so that's what we're all about.
All right, let's start working for this. Quant. Yep, I talked to Quant Network. I've been talking about Quant. I brought them up in a video probably back in like September, October, maybe. Yeah, they're doing cool stuff. I wish they would get on more exchanges, but yeah, I don't know. It's cool. Let's see what else we got. Lots of talking about the price. That's good and bad. I mean, people are definitely fired up again. That's really cool to see. And I mean, come on, like we have to acknowledge the fact that even if a lot of it is, fake volume, just for us to be setting record volume amounts for the total market cap, the total space, that's pretty cool to see. I think that's setting the stage very well. Oh,
So
I think you hit
there's people intimating that it's a fake Irish pub because it's in London.
it.
Oh man.
I
Well,
mean,
you obviously haven't seen the American versions then.
yeah, Doc, I think you hit the wrong button.
What have I done? Oh, there we go. Well, you can still hear us. We just went black.
I did not speak to Fusion. I meant to, but I just didn't get around to it. I'm sorry about that. I did not see Origin Trail. I know they maybe presented, or maybe it was a project named Origin. I can't remember. Yes, I still like Neo. They had a pretty good presence at Consensus, and it was good to see. And hey, guys, you got to acknowledge the fact that they just got $100 million investment for Neo Global Capital. So I think they're going to be slowly rolling out Neo 3.0. It's cool to see. If you look at that chart that I just posted about the DApp platforms, you can kind of see the differences between them and Ontology, which has been my big concern about that project. So yeah, I think they're making good infrastructure plays right now. Uh, what's the take on the Digitex situation?
Did you
Oh,
see, Mav, did you see that somebody was posting? There's this one Russian kid that
man.
basically he took the code, he took the what was it, spotware? So they were building it on spot. So he basically took the spotware code and hacked it, and within the space of a week, and he live streamed the whole thing. He basically
Oh
built
yeah,
a
yeah.
working Digitex interface that had every single feature,
Oh
which I thought
man.
was hilarious. It's like, the guy's like, so you can see, this is all working. And, I think that's more of a testament to the guy's skills. I mean, somebody ought to hire him like right now.
Yeah, I would say.
Some people are saying, well, obviously then Digitex is a scam. No, it's when you're trying to do complex stuff like this, you've got to be very specific about product specs and everything like that. And right now, from what I understand, Adam Todd is locked in a room in Moscow, and they won't let him out of there until he agrees to exactly specifically what the product spec is. I have no doubt that Smart Deck will make this thing work down the road. I just
You
hope that they can get, well, if they can't get the market fast enough, somebody else will do it, including maybe this Russian teenager.
you meet the most interesting people at these sort of conferences. I met this girl that apparently she has four of the top 10 market makers on BitMEX, and she apparently moves 1% of the total daily Bitcoin volume. I don't know if that's true or not, but like just to make a claim like that was really interesting to hear. So I don't know. I just so many interesting people in this space, so many different backgrounds and personalities. It's a total spectrum. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, hey, Tony, no problem. I mean, there's really not much else to say about it until they actually come out. And I mean, we've been through two of these cycles before, and it is getting old. I agree with you.
Yeah, yeah. No more Digitex.
Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Oh,
Yeah,
here goes the throat. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll take two more questions and then we'll shut down for today and get Mav on his way.
yeah. I'm gonna go. If you guys are familiar with Celsius Network, they're having an after party. They're interesting. I don't know. But crypto loans and loans, just the whole DeFi space is definitely up and coming. So it's kind of cool to see. I also saw like a really interesting talk from BlockFi, who are going to be issuing a credit card, like a normal fiat credit card, but you get paid crypto rewards for using it instead of airline miles, or you could transfer for airline miles, things like that. Just little things like that, little wealth management tools like that, I think are going to be very interesting, or important for people to have, so that adoption is not this big thing that just all of a sudden happens. It's these little iterative things that happen over time, and just working with conventions people are familiar with. I think that's something that some people kind of forget sometimes, but yeah, it's good. It's good. I think we're in a good spot. Let's see what else.
If anybody asks me about a coin, all I will do is just look at the price chart and see whether it's in an uptrend or a downtrend, because that's the market's view of what the coin is worth right now. So it's not my view, it's the market's view, and that's what I go with.
Oh, Chainlink. Yeah, I got like 2 minutes of one-on-one time with Sergey, and I was just he's one of those guys that is sort of a meme, or is often put into memes. It's just funny to see that. But no, super sharp guy, and some of the stuff that he announced at Consensus is really cool. they're launching at the end of this month, I think, launching on Ethereum. So that's big news for them. That's really cool. There's a lot of announcements at Consensus. I'm still going back through sort of the backlog of all that. Cardano, I also had a just brief time with Charles Hoskinson. You know, I think they're working on cool stuff. He's definitely a sharp guy, but I'd like to see more. You know, I'd like, you know, that I was at the Polymath Cardano event. That was cool, but you know, it's like getting ready to get ready. You know, like at some point, especially as this market starts to get hot again, I'd like to see some more. But yeah, they're doing cool stuff. So it was good to see that they had a presence there. Zilliqa, also spoke to them. Also doing really cool stuff. Yeah, guys, it's like you meet so many cool people. It's like you have to like go back through your mental notes. No
If
talk about the connect.
if anybody has not seen the 7-minute video of Anthony Pompliano on CNBC debating Kevin O'Leary about the worth of cryptocurrency, it is absolutely worth your time. Pomp schooled Mr. Wonderful, and he doesn't even know it. It was classic. It was like one of the best 7 minutes of video that I think I've ever seen. It was just like, I mean, every single point was rebutted back calmly, rationally, and O'Leary didn't even know what hit him. He still doesn't know what hit him at this point. So I think it's great. It's definitely worth your time if you haven't seen it.
I mean, yeah, CNBC is such a talking points, just back and forth, and who can have the better talking points that can be repeated ad nauseum. But I think what was important was, you know, Pomp is a Wall Street guy. He's got a Wall Street background, and he speaks Wall Street. And for him to be on CNBC speaking that sort of language to guide other guys, other Wall Street guys, Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, and yeah, I mean, what Pomp said was just basically a greatest hit list of, you know, how to defend Bitcoin and how to justify the value of it and how to, you know, speculate on, you know, what's going to happen over the next year. You know, what he talked about, like the halving event in May 2020, stuff like that. People need to hear that because it's going to be very important over the next year, and I think it is going to affect price just about as much as anything else. So yeah, I think it was a really good representation of the space and just where we are right now. So it was cool. It was cool to see that.
The other thing I think that is just really important is O'Leary kept defending real money. Define for me what real money is. I mean, when we have a Federal Reserve as well as every other central bank in the world, which is basically just rolling out the printing presses and debasing currency just to be able to raise the debt, to be able to afford what they have already bought, you tell me that that's real money, you know? And whereas you have the exact opposite in a fixed quantity asset here in Bitcoin, you know, make your own mind.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm trying to find the link for someone. I mean, it's out there, guys. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
all you got to do, just search on CNBC and O'Leary and Bitcoin. You'll find it. It was Tuesday morning, so Tuesday morning was the actual date of it. Okay,
you know,
so
and it really disappoints me though, because I wish guys like Kevin O'Leary and Warren Buffett and just, you know, these guys that are clearly like titans from their own time would come to places like Consensus and see what we're building here, see what we're doing, see how we're trying to change things. We're not trying to blow up the existing system. We're not trying to. Not everybody's an anarchist, you know. Like a lot of us want to just evolve the system and make it more representative, more, you know, egalitarian. Just, you know, help people make it more efficient. And for them to just, you know, just criticize it or be skeptical on, you know, clearly easily refuted points, I don't know. It's just it's really disappointing to see. But you know, they'll go down with their ship, I guess. So, oh, Tig has got it. Thank you, Tig. All right. Yeah. So cool. Well, I gotta scoot because I gotta get ready for this event, and Doc is about to lose his voice, which we don't want.
yeah,
So appreciate you guys hanging out with us today, and Yeah, I would say get excited because we're definitely after this week. I like eight far exceeded my expectations. Yeah, I was kind of hopeful that I would see something interesting, but no, this past week has really reaffirmed a lot of the things that I've held implicitly for the past year, and it's really cool to see. It's just really cool to see the whole space kind of represented like that and just taken so seriously. I think that's I think people are starting to really get it, and that's really cool to see. So, anyways,
Okay, guys. Hey, thanks for joining us today. Hope to see some of you at least in London next week, and maybe we'll continue this tour around the rest of the
did
world.
we
Who
say what
knows?
time we're gonna?
Well, I think it's. I guess I'm figuring 7 o'clock, but who knows?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
We'll play it by ear.
Tuesday, 21st, Waxies. All
Hmm.
right. Cheerio. See you guys.
Anyways, thanks for hanging out. Bye.
All right. Take care, guys.